As the nation crossed over into 2025, Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness says continued focus will be placed on targeted areas to drive economic growth this year. Agriculture is one of those key areas mentioned in his address to the nation on New Year's Day. Dr. Holness announced a $1 billion investment on capital infrastructure in storage facilities across Jamaica for farmers.
This will be good for the farmers, you the consumers, and the country as a whole, as we could potentially save foreign exchange on the items we substitute with competitive local output.
Other support to the agriculture sector includes a massive build-out of irrigation infrastructure.
We will also be supporting our farmers with a program of mechanization and technology integration. Growing and building resilience in the agricultural sector is an important strategy for our food security and limiting the impact of food inflation.
Prime Minister Holness says his administration will also reinforce the country's resilience to respond to natural disasters and economic shocks.
Early this month, I will receive the Disaster Risk Management Review report, which I commissioned after the passage of Hurricane Beryl. This will form the basis for a complete overhaul of the disaster preparedness and crisis management apparatus of government.
To facilitate the ease of doing business, Prime Minister Holness says government will be making several policy and legislative changes to streamline procurement, permits, and approvals.
We must re-engineer our processes to ensure that they are fit for purpose, streamlined, responsive, and able to meet the needs of a modern, growing economy.
In 2025, affordable housing and executing Phase 1 of the $45 billion Spark program will also occupy government's plans. The project officially launched last week along Everest Drive in Harborview, St. Andrew.
The roads that we're going to be repairing first are the roads that, first of all, require the least intervention, meaning that there are some roads that will require massive retaining walls, will require the laying of pipes, big water mains. We may have to acquire land. And so those things elongate the process.
During his New Year's message, Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness also reflected on the achievements of 2024.
Serious crimes are down approximately 14%, and murders are down approximately 18%, the second consecutive year of reduction. Our economic performance continued to be strong. Unemployment declined to the lowest in our history. Inflation declined to well within the targeted band of 4 to 6%. Interest rates have come down steadily. Our dollar has been trading stably over the past year, and our national debt to GDP ratio is set to fall below 70%. This is the lowest in over 30 years. Our social safety net programs have been significantly increased in terms of resources, up to 30%, targeted to the most vulnerable. We have more than doubled the minimum wage, further increased the income tax threshold, executed the first ever reverse tax credit giveback, and we have increased the pay of public sector workers by over 200 billion Jamaican dollars.
Dr. Holness says 2025 is a pivotal chapter in a larger journey toward a Jamaica that is safe, caring, peaceful, efficient, productive, and affordable for all.
There is still much work to be done, and we know how to get it done well. May 2025 be a year of blessings for you and your family. May our nation be victorious in achieving a virtuous cycle of peace, productivity, and prosperity.
And that's it for Jamaica House Weekly. Be sure to join us next time for more of the news stories coming out of the office of the Prime Minister.